with the introduction services. My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID, with the introduction of digital ID.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. King Charles and the global order are once again announcing a digital ID. We've heard this many times over, but of course we've seen backlash from so many different parts of the world where people are not willing to accept a digital ID, and which is pretty amazing considering what a dumbed down society we live in, where people think that their vote actually counts, that their vote means something, that they're saying something means something, that they have free will. These are obviously all illusions inside of this matrix. But people don't want to be bothered with a digital ID, but they don't seem to understand the ramifications of it. And we need to go into detail about King Charles making this announcement and what this means for the future world order moving forward, including here in America, where most people are so disillusioned with MAGA and Donald Trump that they think there's no way that he would ever implement a digital ID. But in fact, out of all the countries in the world, the United States of America is most primed for a digital ID based on the artificial intelligence data center infrastructure that our current regime is building out right in front of our faces. And while people are worried about resources being diminished in these data centers, that it's going to take up too much water or take up too much electricity, those are distractions they want you to think about instead of saying, why are these being built? What do we need these for? And of course, all of this ties into the digital ID and the digital currency, as well as a digital control system, which in fact is the matrix, where everything you do and say will be monitored, tracked, and saved inside of these data centers, inside of your digital profile, which is really your digital twin that they are building out. So King Charles makes this announcement. You may have remembered I covered this about a year ago, where they announced that in the UK that a new digital ID would be mandatory to work in the UK. And of course, that led to a lot of backlash where people were saying, we are not accepting a digital ID. We do not want a digital ID. And King Charles, as you could hear, angrily said, we are bringing in a digital ID, of course, for their coming one world system. Now, King Charles, of course, we know, is obviously just like everybody else in power. These people give you the illusion, other than the monarchy over there in England, where somehow people are willing to accept that these people continue to retain power. We're disillusioned in countries like America, thinking that our vote counts, but in fact, it's a monarchy as well. They pick and choose who to put in power as we fight among each other with Democrats and Republicans, stripping ourselves of our freedoms and our rights. But King Charles, of course, is as demonic as they get. You may remember this portrait that was drawn of King Charles, which in itself looks demonic, but of course we all uncovered this. When you put it side by side, you mirror the image of King Charles, you could actually see the Baphomet right in the center of that image, clear as day. These are all Satanists right in front of our faces. The goat worship is endless that we see. We have stories linking King Charles to a sculpture